Yo, hey, this shit easy, nigga. Hey, all I'm talking about, nigga, I'm still out here trying to get it.
Contender Regime Boxing, checking back in with y'all, man. What's good? So, I want to talk about Dmitry Bivol, and just like you see in the title, man, I think it's time for us to give him his flowers. Y'all heard me speak about Dmitry Bivol before, break down a couple of his performances, and just, talk about what I think makes him so dominant, so skillful, so great in the ring, and just the subtle things that he does in the ring that make him great. I'm really looking forward to him going up against Artur Beterbiev, a fight that I think is one of the best fights that could be made in the sport right now, has been for the last couple of years. But I think it's perfect timing now with Beterbiev having 3 titles and Bivol having his lone WBA title. It'll be for Undisputed. These are clearly far and out of this world the 2 best fighters in that division. It's not even close. You know what I'm saying? And I think that, Bivol's last few performances, man, he's just continued to show so much greatness, particularly versus Canelo Alvarez and then also versus Zerto Ramirez, seemingly undressing these fighters and taking away their best weapons, which is one of the main things that make Bivol so dominant, along with his distance control, which I think, y'all have heard me talk about distance control, and I think that's, the ability to master distance is a key attribute, a key skill set, and it takes a high level of ring IQ to be able to do that and to do it on an elite level. And y'all know it's guys that I've mentioned like Shakur Stevenson, who is elite at distance control, Earl Spence Jr. at elite at distance control, even Terrence Crawford, elite at keeping you on the end of punches, controlling distance. But I wouldn't say he's on, as far as just distance, on the same level of a Shakur Stevenson or even an Earl Spence. And those guys that I just named are elite level guys when it comes to controlling distance. I might have to put Dmitry Bivol at the top of that list, because the way he does this is masterful and it's almost perfect. You know what I'm saying? When you look at Dmitry Bivol, it's not a lot of things to the untrained eye. It's not a lot of things that jump out at you. It's not a lot of excitement. It's not a lot of, explosiveness. Some people might look at him and be like, oh, he boring. You know what I'm saying? Some people might look at Bivol and want to change the channel. You feel what I'm saying? But I gotta say, Dmitry Bivol is one of the most exciting guys for me personally. Just me, my personal opinion. He's one of the most exciting guys for me to watch, because his skill set is so it's like art. You dig what I'm saying? And that shit, it's just watching the subtle movements, the way he control guys. He'll take your best weapon away. The foot spacing and the ability to control his opponent's jab, to control the distance and make you fight at his pace. He can jump in and jump out whenever he want to and freeze his opponents. What some people might call swimming without getting wet is being able to be in the midst of the action and not really be in danger. There's almost a certain level of fearlessness that he has when he's jumping in and out, when he's attacking, and then staying right there in your face, just like I say Shakur Stevenson do all the time. But to his opponent, it looks like he's in range to score, but you're really not in range. You know what I'm saying? Because as soon as you throw something, he gonna make you miss and make you pay, or he gonna take a subtle side step or a step back and get out of range. He's always like just this much within range for you to possibly be able to land some, but just enough for him to hit you if you miss. Or if he want to lead, he can lead and get to you and then get out of range real quick to where you can't fuck with him. Always moving and bouncing on his toes, always giving you different rhythms and switching it up and making you think. You can never get comfortable when you in the ring with Bivol. You don't know if he gonna jump on your ass and land hard shots, and that's another thing. He hits like a real 175-pound fighter. He don't got one punch knockout power, but them bitches you can hear, and from looking at the TV, you can feel the heat on them punches. You can tell, like, if he land the right one, your ass going to sleep. You know what I'm saying? So his punches are sturdy and stiff, and you feel them motherfuckers. That's why you didn't see Zerto going Mexican style and just going in that bitch throwing punches in bunches with caution, throwing caution to the wind, because he knew it was some fire coming back on them bitches. You know what I'm saying? The same reason how he kept Canelo ass in check. Even when Canelo knew that he was down on the cards, he wasn't about to take no risk and get knocked the fuck out going crazy and being reckless with Bivol. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the only guy that can test Dmitry Bivol at 175 is Artur Beterbiev. That's why I got to see that fight. And I love Beterbiev's skill set as well. Very well-rounded fighter with extreme punching power. You know what I'm saying? All his fights, he won by knockout. That's what's going to be the biggest test, or the most interesting thing is when Beterbiev does land on Bivol, how does he react to those shots? And then also, how does he control Beterbiev's pace and rhythm? How does he get Beterbiev to fight at his pace? Because Beterbiev got a motor on him, you know what I'm saying? And he going downhill, and he throws a lot of big lefts and rights, big power shots, good jab, throws up, because he throw everything, but he does it with fundamentals, and he throws real crisp short shots. He's not reckless and wild with it, and he got a motor on him, you know what I'm saying? And he's physically strong. You can just look at him and tell that his strength is up there. When you in a ring with him, you gonna feel his presence. But with Dmitry Bivol, he's also a physically imposing guy. He's not a huge 175 pounder, but he got a good size for that division, just about 6 feet. You know what I'm saying? But he's strong. You dig what I'm saying? And that's gonna be a good fight, man. I also want to give Dmitry Bivol his flowers because of the way he moving, not just to the skill set, the way he moving. Canelo talking about he want to do a rematch. Bivol like, yeah, you money sound good, but legacy better. I wish more fighters was moving like this. You know what I'm saying? He said, fuck it, I ain't gonna take the money play and go get in the ring with Canelo again for what? I already know I can whoop his ass. I done whooped his ass already. The only thing that's gonna happen worse this time, shit, I'ma stop him. So he could easily take that, go ahead and lock in a deal with Canelo for when Canelo get back off this injury and say, look, we gonna do the rematch. I'm gonna go stop him. You feel me? And I'm going to go get this bag. But now he said, I want Beterbiev. That's who I want. He said it's time to make that shit happen for Undisputed. Legacy. You feel me? And I want to give him his kudos for that. You know what I'm saying? And they got to actually put that shit together. Beterbiev got to be on par with it as well. You dig what I'm saying? But that's that Devin Haney shit. You know what I'm saying? Guys putting that legacy over the business. Of course, you want to make sure your business intact, but at the same time, shit, sometimes you gotta take a risk. Like Devin Haney going over to Australia 2 times in a row, taking a risk, conceding to everything that George Kambosos wanted because he wanted to be undisputed. There was a lot of people in his ear talking about, no, you shouldn't do that because that ain't smart business, or you shouldn't do that because they scared, because they don't want to take no risk, because they'll fold under pressure. But now Devin Haney listened to his own mind, to his heart, and to his desires, and he went over there and got everything. He got everything he wanted. Now, if you look at Devin Haney, he winning right now. He undisputed, making more money than your favorite fighter in the division. You know what I'm saying? A real boss. You feel me? One of the top pound-for-pound fighters in the sport. He got everything that your favorite fighter want, all because he took a chance on himself. You dig what I'm saying? So Dmitry Bivol moving with that same energy. And I love that, man. I think this guy is extremely underrated. People still ain't putting this dude on their pound for pound list, and I don't know why. You know what I'm saying? You can say, well, he only fought in one division, but you gotta be able, if it ain't a heavyweight, you got to be able to take that shit. Yeah, you get extra props for moving in between different weight classes, but as long as it's not a heavyweight, you got to be able to see a guy's like skill set and see how that would translate in different weight classes. And Dmitry Bivol's skill set clearly translates to different weight classes. You know what I'm saying? He takes your best weapons away. You feel what I'm saying? And he'll get in there and give you so many different angles and small subtle movement that motherfuckers get in there and freeze. So your fate, these guys that come in that got all this knockout power and, you know what I'm saying, they got all these special effects. They get in there with a guy like Bivol, just like how Andre Ward was when he was in his prime. Because I like to compare Bivol a little bit to Andre Ward. They totally different fighters, but he got a little bit of Andre Ward in him in a way, he do just enough to get the victory. You know what I'm saying? Skill set is so vast to where it almost seemed like he not even really giving it 100%. You know what I'm saying? He do just enough to win. And when you got a motherfucker who doing just enough to win in these fights and you fighting elite level competition and you in there, at the highest level and you able to be dominant without even really going for broke, I still ain't seen Bivol just go for broke like that. I seen him in some good fights with Joe Smith Jr. The Canelo fight was, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't really competitive, but he was in there with a live guy like Canelo, who people viewed as a #1 pound for pound fighter in the sport at the time. So, but I never really seen Bivol have to go for broke. I think we gonna see that in this Beterbiev fight. That's why I want to see that shit so much, because I think that's the only guy that could test him in that division, and vice versa with Beterbiev. I think Bivol the only one that could test him. So y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments, man. Have y'all been paying attention to, like, have you really just done film study on Dmitry Bivol? Have you really just like sat there and watched this dude fight and just watch how crafty he is? You know what I'm saying? Watch how he disarms these guys and just take away their best shit and make them fight his fight. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be hard to knock out a guy like Bivol. You going to either get your ass knocked out trying to go for broke, or you just going to get disarmed and undressed, and he going to make you look like an amateur in the ring. You know what I'm saying? Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments, man. Contender regime boxing. I'll holler at y'all boys, man.